Food Trucker School is now in session. This is episode number 26. What's up, food truckers? This is your host, Pat Flynn. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the show that helps teaches you how to start a food truck, or if you have one already, how to take it to the next level. Guys, we're here for you, so listen in. Today we're talking with Jeremy from prestigefoodtrucks.com, a site that actually helps build custom food trucks for people in all different areas of the country. They've done a number of different trucks, and they are amazing. They are very unique, and we're here talking with Jeremy today about, the center of the conversation is about physically creating an amazing food truck experience for your patrons. And so how to get into building a custom food truck, things to think about, things to worry about and look out for when doing that, and also some of the visual elements that should be on the outside of your truck, plus a lot more. So let's get right into the interview with Jeremy. Hey, what's up, food truckers? Pat Flynn here, and I'm so stoked to be talking with Jeremy from Prestige Food Trucks. Jeremy, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Pat, thanks for having me. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, so talk about yourself and what Prestige Food Trucks is all about. How did it get started, and how are you helping the food truck community right now?
Okay, so we are a newer company. We're only a few years old. We got started actually, my company's investment backed, and we work with lots of different other concepts. And we got an opportunity to actually run a food truck. We were going to do fundraising events and things like that. A long story short, we ended up building a truck for ourselves just to run the truck. And someone really liked that particular truck and asked us where we got it built. And we told them we just built it ourselves based on resources and connections. And they wanted a truck done from us as well. So we ended up starting a build for this particular client. While we were building this truck, I was like, I might as well create a company, start getting our name out there and see if there's any other people that'd be potentially interested in purchasing a truck. And being a younger guy, I'm in my mid-20s, I had some basic SEO background, and we were able to rank pretty high on Google, and we ended up closing some trucks within a month or two of launching our website. And we then realized really quickly this is a viable business, and we've been taking off from there. And every day we're thinking about new ways to improve our client experience, improve the quality of our trucks, make our trucks as unique as possible, help the industry. Where earlier this year we sponsored the world's largest food truck event in Tampa, Florida. So right now we're doing everything we can to just grow our business and grow the industry at the same time.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking at the site right now. Again, it's prestigefoodtrucks.com. Everybody head on over there right now. They got a lot of amazing looking trucks, and I see a Dunkin' Donuts truck and all these, some of the best designed trucks I've seen in a long time. Congratulations on all the success so far. What have been some of the coolest things that have happened since sort of starting this business for you?
So what's really cool is the food truck industry, being it's still relatively new, people can come up with some of the craziest and wackiest ideas. And some of them we've been able to actually produce and put on paper and eventually build into a truck. And a couple of the coolest trucks we built, and if you look on our website, you can see we did one for a company called Jeremiah's Italian Ice. They're a local company. They have 6 locations, but they're growing all over the state, and they plan on going nationwide. Their logo is a frog. So we made a green vinyl wrap truck, but actually installed frog eyes that light up with LEDs on the top of the truck. So the truck itself looks like a frog. Another client is a couple from Maine, and they're doing authentic Maine lobster rolls and stuff like that. So we installed a working lighthouse on the back of the truck. It's a fully functional lighthouse that actually has Bose subwoofers installed in it, and they have nets and buoys on the front of the truck. It's really, really cool. So being able to be creative and build one-of-a-kind trucks, like these 2 trucks are literally the only ones in the world like this. And I think it's cool to say that we built a complete one-of-a-kind. And our clients enjoy that too, because they're a destination spot for their customers.
Yeah, that's really cool. How important do you feel is it to put a little bit of creativity into the physical idea of the truck that you have, and not just what's inside, and we can get into the insides and in the guts of it later, but from a marketing perspective to help stand out from all the other trucks out there. Like when people start a food truck, they have the option of going totally custom built and spending a lot of money. But on the flip side, buying an older truck or even leasing one, but there's some issues that go along with that as well. What are your thoughts on custom versus sort of older?
Well, I think up until recently, the food truck business has just been more about convenience. I'm going to park this truck here and make as much money as I can based off all the traffic that comes through. Now, since the industry's growing, food's getting more gourmet, much higher quality chefs and corporations and stuff are getting into the industry. It's getting a little bit more competitive. So it's anything that can make you stand out from the next truck or from the next trailer or whatever it is just an easier way for you to, if a person's trying a food truck for the first time and there's 5 other trucks next to them, I mean, they're probably going to consider the one that looks the coolest or the one that has the most unique flair or something like that. And I mean, any way you can make your business look unique, at the end of the day, it's just going to help your bottom line. I mean, if they see it driving down the road and there's something really cool or that catches their eye, they're more likely to call you for a catering event. So, I mean, it's you do invest a little bit more on the front end and add these cool and unique things. But in the long run, from our experience, it's been well worth it for our clients.
That's really cool. What are some things that people who are sort of interested in getting a custom food truck done, what are some things that they should think about? For example, when you get a client coming, what are some of the first questions you ask them to help them figure out, what it is that they should put on their truck? Or do you just sort of just do it all yourself without, I'm assuming you obviously work with them to figure stuff out, but what are some of those first questions you might ask somebody to help them figure out, what to put in this truck, what it should look like and things like that?
So a lot of times, depending on this particular client, they will be a 100% startup, or they maybe will have a catering company. They've been in business a couple of years. Now they're just looking to expand. Or if it's a larger restaurant chain or something like that, obviously they already have most of their branding taken care of. We can just kind of recommend some unique things to, again, make them stand out. But depending on where they're at, if they're completely fresh, we kind of get their concept and talk about what they have in mind. Because at the end of the day, we want the client to be happy. So we'll get some ideas from their head. Maybe it's their grandma's meatball recipe, and we'll maybe put some clever quotes or something unique and quirky to emphasize that it's a grandma's recipe, that at the same time, we still want to build a quality brand. And we help our clients we help them with the logo design. Obviously, we do all the logo design, the vinyl wrap designs. We now help clients setting up social media, doing all their websites, doing all that. And we're really building their brand and helping them build their business. They come to us with a concept from starting point, like with nothing but an idea and a recipe, to the corporate clients, like I mentioned, and we just kind of take their designs and make them as unique as possible without violating any restrictions or whatever they may have.
Right. That's really cool. What are some of the most common issues that people have when trying to figure out sort of what to make their truck look like? I'm sure you've done a number of these and certain things keep coming up over time. What can people look out for and perhaps plan ahead for?
Well, I feel like issues we've had, especially if there's numerous partners in the company, they'll all have a different vision, and then we have a different vision as well. So we consider ourselves experts in this field. I mean, we do tons of designs. So we have a vision, and then each partner has a different vision, and it's a matter of kind of connecting all those visions and designs and making everyone happy with it. Because if we just let our clients pick all the designs, there'd be no point of even having us design anything. So we have to take our expertise, but take everything they say into consideration, but then make sure all of them and their partners are all happy and content and think it looks cool. And so there are issues in the design process and kind of what everyone wants and getting everyone on the same page. A lot of times that'll end up taking, we've had vinyl wraps take a month or two because people were just going back and forth from day one on what the design. We'll have the truck completely finished, ready to go, and the vinyl wrap design's not even ready. So all it comes down to, I think, is trusting the process. And sometimes we've just had clients that have their mind made up on something, and we'll give in. We'll say, okay, we'll do what you want. But trusting the process is extremely important. I mean, we take a lot of pride in what we do, and we obviously want the more successful our clients are, the more successful we are as a business. So we are going to do everything we can to make your truck look as unique and trendy and cool as possible.
It's all about compromise. I would imagine that it is a partnership in terms of business is like a marriage. And in order for it to work out, you need to compromise. And so if you're in a partnership and you're starting a food truck or you have one already and you're looking to improve your brand, perhaps get a custom food truck, talk about it with your partner and try to make some decisions before you go into somebody who is going to help you with the design, just so that you're all on the same page. Because I feel like the more opinions there are, just the longer the process is going to take. And obviously we all want to get our food trucks on the road as fast as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, all that lost time is obviously lost money. If they're spending an extra month deciding on their vinyl wrap design, that's a month that they could have been in business getting their name out there. And another issue we've had too is typically the vinyl wrap correlates with the logo design. We just ran into this issue recently with a client. While we're building their truck, we always recommend that they start getting their name out there, handing their business cards, right, stuff like that. They took so long to decide on a logo. Their truck's almost completed, and we literally are just finishing up their logo. And now they're going to have their business, and they've done little to no marketing because their logo has been ready because they've gone so far back and forth and changing their mind, and they're so unsure about things. So that's extremely important to just have your vision, but at the same time equally trust the partners that you're working with, and so we can get this done and get you making money.
Yeah, definitely a lot of things happen at the same time. When, during the course of somebody's thought process of starting a food truck, should somebody approach the actual, a company like yourself or another to build a custom food truck? You don't want to, a lot of things can happen at the same time and you can save time. Should somebody contact you even before a brand is created or thought about and really fleshed out, or should that happen first and then come to you? Like you said, the marketing can happen while the truck's being built, but how soon in the process can somebody contact you and get some help?
Yeah, as soon as they're ready. We have clients that call us and say, "Hey, I'm looking to buy a truck next week," and we have clients that we talk to for well over a year before they move forward. So any time like you're seriously considering getting a truck, we're open to talking to you and doing our part to help out. We prefer actually clients not having brands because that allows us to get really creative, and then we can make really cool brands and really unique niches because based on, and you'll probably agree, the most successful food trucks we see are the ones that have that really, really strong niche, and allowing us to help create the brand, we can really get their vision into a niche, and that's in the branding that's fun for us too.
Yeah,
and just allowing us to be creative, and again going back to the trusting the process, allow the creative people to be creative, and you just go out there and do what you do best and make awesome food, and everyone's happy.
For sure. I want to reiterate what Jeremy's saying about niching down. So if you're in the beginning process of starting to think about what your truck is all about and what your brand's going to be, you definitely want to have a sort of target market, I guess you could say. And there's an expression out there that is used sort of, in selling, and especially in the online space, that the riches are in the niches. And it might seem counterintuitive because you want to build a truck that serves everybody, right? But if you have a truck that has every single kind of food, you're not going to serve anybody because you don't specialize in a certain thing. People don't come to you for one type of meal or food. You become sort of the Walmart of food trucks, and you don't want to be that, right? You want to be the super specialized one that can actually charge higher prices that people go to and travel far to come and get your stuff specifically, and they know what they're going to get when they get there.
Yeah, making your food truck a destination, making any business a destination is key. A food truck is going to be no exception, of course. So one of the trucks we did recently did authentic Egyptian cuisine. And to me, they get people that travel from all over to eat their food, because another key is just having an item or items that you can't get at every corner. You can't get at every restaurant. Another thing I've noticed too, and I recommend in my trucks, they'll have authentic items, but then they'll have like a basic hamburger or something because they feel like they're appealing to the masses by doing that. I don't even recommend that because people, especially like guys, a lot of my friends, they don't like trying new things. So if you don't ever get them to try your go-to best item, your grandma's recipe item, they're going to be comfortable trying that hamburger, and you're not going to get that really passionate follower that you could if they tried an Egyptian item that they've never had before. You know what I mean? And they're going to be like, oh my God, my eyes are open. I got to go to this truck all the time, rather than a burger that they can get at just about anywhere.
I've seen that in so many trucks. Just, it's an Italian place, but then they have like mac and cheese just because everybody does mac and cheese, or a grilled cheese sandwich or something because they're trying to appeal to everybody. And yeah, it's totally right. I mean, you got to really believe in the food that you're cooking and you're serving and really stand behind what you're all about. So thank you for sharing that. A couple of final things here, Jeremy. In terms of what's seen on the truck, what are some visual elements that are sort of standard or perhaps even not standard that people should be putting on the outside of their truck? Obviously, the name and the brand and the logo, but what other things beside that should go on the outside of a truck?
So the outside of the truck, just like the inside, is obviously fully customizable. It's getting very common for our clients to request TVs. Sometimes they use the TVs for pictures. Sometimes they use the TVs for menus or for a combination. Sometimes they'll play football games to gather people around their truck. And getting foot traffic to any business is great. So it's just obviously going to help increase revenue there. Things we've been making, underglow lighting is now a standard on all of our trucks. We've been installing on all of them as of late. So at nighttime, your truck stands out. LED lighting around the window. So again, at nighttime, your truck really stands out from the rest. Just like that. I mean, it all comes down to making you look more presentable and more appealing than your competition. And if you have the food to back it up, I mean, that's what makes a successful food truck.
Love it. One of our listeners actually sent me an email the other day saying that there was he had a good idea for, I think his name is Jason, that if you are in an area that you're serving that has high rises and, you come and people look down and they see your truck or they see food trucks. If you're in an area like that, perhaps, in a downtown area, it might be cool to customize the top of the truck too. That's something a lot of people don't think about. You can have a logo and name painted on the roof and people see it from above and they come down. Jason, thank you for that tip. He works in Chicago and he, looks at food trucks and you never know what food trucks they are until you get down there typically. But having your logo or brand name at the top, even if it's just the name, could be pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's extremely intelligent. We've actually done that for a handful of clients. That's a great idea if you're in any sort of downtown area, because again, it's basically free advertising. All those people, hundreds of people that are looking down, see your brand and see what type of food you're serving. And I think that's great. We just did that for a client out of Dallas, actually. She does vegan desserts. And now everyone that looks down at her truck knows that she does vegan desserts and they can see that. So that's a great point. I mean, honestly, it's something, if our clients will let us, we'd recommend putting on every truck.
That's pretty cool. It'd be kind of awesome if you had like a coupon code or something up there too, just to kind of give just for people who find you from above or something. I don't know.
That's actually a good idea. I haven't thought of that one. That's actually really good.
So to finish up, Jeremy, again, thank you for your time here. And again, we're talking to Jeremy from prestigefoodtrucks.com. Go ahead and check out the website. Final thing, before we even started recording, you had talked about how, and I really love this about what you guys are doing, the importance of educating everybody out there in the food truck industry. And you have some specific things and initiatives that you're doing on your own site to do that. Can you talk about that really quick?
So Prestige Food Trucks is in the process of working on handfuls of different blog topics to help educate the industry as a whole. And with any new industry, there has to be education from the manufacturing side or the production side. There has to be education from the buyer side. And the thing that makes the food truck industry extremely unique is the education from the government side and all the health restrictions and stuff, and all these small to growing food truck markets, all the health issues and restrictions that they're dealing with. So there's so much knowledge out there that a lot of people are looking for, and Prestige Food Trucks is doing everything we can to help educate people. So we recently did one on, how much does it cost to start a food truck business with the, estimated cost of the truck and what we'd recommend in operating capital. We're working on ones like how important is branding for your business? What is a properly branded food truck able to do differently than just a rinky-dinky average food truck? So, and I'd encourage anyone that's listening to reach out to our website if you have anything that you'd like us to cover, that you have questions about, or you feel that more people should be educated on. We'd definitely be open to receiving opinions in that nature, because I think that's great. I think that'll really ultimately help out the food truck industry as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I feel like we both align in terms of we're wanting to help the whole industry, because it's still totally brand new. It's still the wild, wild west, and we want everybody to be as successful as possible. So thank you for doing that. I mean, that's why Food Trucker is here as well. Any final tidbits or pieces of advice for people out there in the food truck industry?
All I would say is the food truck industry, I know it's new. I know there's a lot of questions. I know it can be somewhat of a costly investment. If there's any questions that any of the listeners have about the industry in general, I mean, even if they don't necessarily plan on buying a truck from us, but they're just curious about certain things, I mean, we have no problem doing what we can to help out. I mean, we have worked with clients in the past that were actually building their own truck. And, I can't promise anything that we'll spend hours working with people, but people were building their own truck. And he's like, hey, I have a couple questions. I'm installing my generator right now. And he's like, I hate to bother you, but is this something you could maybe just give me a couple pointers on? And we, spent a few minutes on the phone and I walked them through some things and I was able to help them out. So, I mean, if there's any questions you have about the manufacturing side or any components of the truck itself, I mean, we'd be more than happy to work with you to see what we can help. And obviously, if you want to build an awesome truck as well, we do that for you too. So
awesome. Jeremy, thank you so much. Again, everybody head on over to prestigefoodtrucks.com and check them out. Thanks for your time today. All right, I hope you enjoyed that interview with Jeremy from prestigefoodtrucks.com. Go ahead and check them out. They're doing some amazing things and have a lot of educational articles and other things on their site as well. So again, that's Jeremy from prestigefoodtrucks.com. Thank you so much. And of course, the show notes are always available on foodtrucker.com. So if you go to foodtrucker.com/26, you'll get redirected to the site where you can click on all the links and everything mentioned in this particular episode. I also want to thank you for your time today as the year comes to a close. We hope for those of you who have a food truck that it was a successful year for you, and hopefully we've had a part in that. And if you're just getting started and maybe are looking to start a food truck and that's one of your major goals next year, I mean, we're here for you. Thank you so much for your time. We can't wait to deliver even more content for you next year. Happy holidays to everybody out there who has a food truck, who's going to start one, and all of your families as well. Cheers from the Food Trucker family. Take care. And again, we just wanted to say thank you for listening to the show, especially those of you who have listened for quite a while now. We appreciate it so much. We appreciate every single download and listen of this particular podcast. And if you want to give us something in return for the holidays here, all you have to do is head on over to iTunes, find Food Trucker Podcast, and leave us a review. It would help out so much. Thank you, and happy holidays.